This is a brief overview of the basic features of Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a very versatile and powerful tool for data analysis. It's a part of the Microsoft Office suite and it's designed for working with numbers. In this course, we use Microsoft Excel extensively. And in this brief demonstration, we are going to refresh our Microsoft Excel knowledge and skills. Here you see a blank Microsoft Excel file, also known as a workbook. Every file or workbook has a number of worksheets. So here in this one, we have a workbook with only one worksheet. But of course, you can add more sheets as you need. That can be done by simply pressing the plus button at the bottom of the page. Working with multiple worksheets will allow you to better organize your work. The worksheets can be renamed to have more descriptive names. All you need to do is to double-click on the worksheet name or label and then replace it with the other name. Every Excel worksheet is comprised of columns and rows. Columns are labeled with alphabetic letters, starting with A, B, C, so on and so forth. Once you reach the last letter, which is Z, then you'll start over with AA, AB, AC, so on and so forth. Rows are numbered numerically, starting with 1, 2, 3, and there's about 65,000 rows in every Excel workbook. The intersection of a column and a row is called a cell. Each cell has a unique address, which is the column name followed by the row number. In this case, this one's address is A1, and you can see the address at the top here. So this is A1, this is C2, so on and so forth. In every cell, you can store either text information or numerical information. Text is by default left aligned, and numbers are by default right aligned. This is a useful feature because it allows you to readily distinguish between text and numbers. Also note that numbers can be formatted in different ways. So 25, if you right click on it and go to Format Cell, you'll see that you have different formatting options. So you can format 25 as number with different numbers of decimal places, currency, accounting, so on and so forth. So in effect, you have more than two types of data. You have text, you have raw digits, or currency, or number, or accounting number. To select a single cell, all you need to do is to click on it. To select a range of cells, you select the first one, hold down the mouse button, and then select the entire range, and then release them. If you want to select a range of cells that are not adjacent, you select the first range, hold down the control button, select the second range, the third one, the fourth one, so on and so forth, and eventually you release the control button. Now I can change, for example, the color of these cells to yellow. If you want to move cell contents, you hover the mouse over the edges of the cell so that you see this four-headed arrow, and then you can drag it to wherever you want to move it. Microsoft Excel has many features that help you speed up data entry and manipulation. One of these features is the autofill feature, which can be a huge time saver. Now I'm going to demonstrate how this feature works. Suppose you have the number 1 in cell B1. Now you'll notice that there is a black dot at the bottom right corner of this cell. If I drag this one, I notice that 1 is being copied. So I was able to effortlessly copy the number 1 to 8 rows. If I have student written in this cell, same thing. I can drag it and the word student is copied. If now I have 1 and 2, I can select 1 and 2 and then grab the dot at the bottom right and drag it to my destination. You'll see that I have 1 through 8 created automatically for me. Now suppose I have 1 and 2 and I want 1 and 2 to be copied. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. In this case, I would select 1 and 2, grab the right bottom dot, hold down the mouse button and drag it, but before releasing it, in this case, I'm going to hold down the control key. Now if I have student 1 written in this cell, if I grab the right bottom dot and drag it, you'll see that Excel automatically creates student 1, student 2, student 3, and so on. If I have Sunday and do the similar thing, you'll see I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday through Saturday, and then it starts over. If there's January here and I do a similar operation, you'll see that it's filled with January, February, March, and so on. Now note that this column is not wide enough to display everything, so I need to widen it. And to do that, all I need to do is to double click on the border and it automatically adjusts its width to fit the data in the column. Now let's see how mathematical operations work in Microsoft Excel. Remember that the main strength of Microsoft Excel is its ability in working with numbers. So I have utility expenses for 2 months, for January and February. I have the expense for water and for electricity. And what I would like to do is to create a column for total. In cell E13, I want to store the sum of water and electricity for the month of January. In Excel, formulas always start with an equal sign. So I enter the equal sign, and then the first cell is C13. So I will type in C13 plus the next one is in D13. But instead of directly entering the address, I can simply click on it and you can see that it appears here. And then once I'm done with creating my formula, I hit the enter button and I can see the total calculated here for me. Now for the month of February, I can do the similar thing. So equal sign, clicking on the first piece and then clicking on the second piece and hitting the enter button. But a faster way of doing it is using the autofill feature in Microsoft Excel. So in this case, I grab the bottom right dot and drag down, and you'll see that it's actually adding the 2 digits here. How can I verify that? By double clicking on it, you can see that it's actually adding 100 and 110. So an important question is how this was even possible. To know that, you need to know how Microsoft Excel does addressing in its formula. So in this formula, the address of the first cell is specified plus the address of the second cell, and the contents of the 2 cells are added. Microsoft Excel actually does this in a relative way, meaning that the addresses are relative to the current cell. In this case, what this formula is saying is that go 2 cells to my left and grab the value, and then go 1 cell to my left and grab the value and add them. And when I copy over this formula to this other cell, it's saying a very similar thing. Go 2 cells to my left, grab the value, go 1 cell to my left and get the number and add. That's why you can effortlessly copy formulas in Excel.